What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down with you and sharing with you how you can sell one life insurance policy a day in 2024, all from the comfort of your home. If you want to travel all over the country, just like how I am, right now I'm filming this literally in New Mexico, and I've been traveling all around the world with my wife so that while building this business. So literally you could be traveling anywhere in the world, or you could be just sitting at home and doing this yourself. So this is the complete guide to be able to sell one policy day in 2024 through life insurance. So there's 4 things that are mandatory to make one sale a day. And you got to have consistent lead flow, 20 to 30 new leads per day. Not just old leads, like not aged leads, but these are brand new leads every day. One question-based framework, a script to be able to use, an AI system to generate inbound calls and appointments to follow up with the leads that you work, and a community of agents running in the same direction. So I'm going to be breaking down these tips for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe down below so you don't miss more of this content. Let's get back into the video. So there's 4 things that allowed me to scale past one policy a day for 120 days in a row. And if we've not yet met, my name is Johnny Nitafan. I've sold over $700,000 of life insurance premium all over the phone, specifically more the mortgage protection and final expense space. Really what I specialize in now is just life insurance, telesales in general. And now I help insurance agents like you watching this video scale past $20,000 per month in profit. And this framework literally changed my life. I went from $15,000 in debt, buying leads that I was not getting 20 to 30 a day, and took from that, went to $20,000 per month in profit. And I know if you follow these 4 things and truly implement them into your life, they can change your business too, just like how it changed mine. So the first thing you want to do is generate 20 to 30 leads daily. So I made a YouTube video going deeper into this. This is like a 35-minute training back when I had long hair, and it really dives deep into that, but I'm going to give you a simplified version now. So you get a Facebook ad, you put these and you pay Facebook to run the ad, and typically you pay either daily, $50, $100, $200, $300, $500 a day, whatever your capacity is, and you either pay daily or you pay a threshold, which is like $500, $1,000, whenever it spends. What's nice about this is you actually pay Facebook after it runs the ad, so it allows you to more of a buffer so that you can create cash flow. So you run a Facebook ad, they fill out their contact info like name, beneficiary, hobby, date of birth, city, state, zip, favorite mascot or their high school mascot, their favorite childhood memory, and then also they book an appointment through a 15 or fill out a 15-question survey funnel, and then they're hit with CRM automations, and then from there, like AI automations, then from there there's follow-ups and nurturing for the client to either call in to buy a policy on the spot or just book an appointment, and then present to 3 to 5 people daily. 3 to 5 hours of talk time is the goal to be able to actually make this happen. And you make 3 sales per day using this framework, and then you rinse and repeat to $20,000 to $30,000 a month in profit. So it sounds really simple. If you want to go like way deep in like the nitty-gritty step by step, go watch that video. I'm going to put it in the description down below as well, so you can check that out. But use Kixie. This is literally a hack. I don't have an affiliate link, so somebody was asking me about that, but I do not have an affiliate link to this. I just share this because this is an insanely valuable resource that I've used that has increased my contact rate tremendously, and a lot of other agents have reached out to me as well, and they're like, dude, I wish I would have known about this sooner. So definitely go check that out. It's not cheap. I don't know how much it is typically, but I know it's not cheap. It's like over $100 a month. But use Kixie, 5 to 7x your conversion rate. It takes me on average 38 dials to make a sale. It should take you less than 100 dials to make a sale. If it's taking you more, that means a few things. Your phone number is probably getting flagged as spam, or you just don't have hot leads that are ready to buy. So that's another thing that you can tweak as well. But the biggest thing at the start is to get good leads. Once you have the good leads dialed in and you're making sales and you're making 100 or over 100 dials per day, your phone's probably marked as spam. Use Kixie, really nice because they do it for you. And that should be able to increase it. But the reason why Kixie is insane is because the connection boost. So it calls from like a 505 number. So say if I have a 505 number, it's calling from a 505 number, or if I have a 480 number, it's calling from that area code just by clicking the button, which is really cool. So the second thing, so once you have the leads dialed in and people are like coming to you like crazy, is you use a one call close question based framework. So the only three things that should be said on a call, right, is asking the client a question, restating exactly what they said to you. Hey, just so I'm hearing you right, this is what I was hearing. Is that right? Yes. Okay, great. Then you move on. And also stories. So when you're pitching at the very end of the presentation, it's being able to relate stories and share stories of how the benefits will help them in the long run. So the goal is to find value within 15 to 20 minutes of the conversation so that you can close them, and then get a policy approved and issued on that first call. I went through a lot of times, and you may be in this situation as well, where I'm going throughout my day getting apps signed, but they're not going through. They're going through underwriting. It's taking a while. It takes a few days, and then all of a sudden cash flow is built up, and you're like, dude, I'm waiting. I have a bunch of policies paid out or paying out, and they just don't for some reason, shape, or form. So the first thing is like track that every day and check on your pending business daily. But then number two is get the policy approved right on the phone. Really focus on simplified issue policies. Final expense term is what I recommend completely, just because you're able to build up cash flow and build up momentum really fast. So that's how most of the clients that I work with are able to pay like everything off and like just be instantly profitable within 1 to 2 weeks, because they're able to use this system. So getting a policy approved and issued on the call is super, super, super important. If you're not doing that, you're probably getting crushed in your business. Now, 5 things that you have to master in your one call close presentation. Now, the first thing is tonality in the first 30 seconds. So making sure that you're acting curious. Like I was role playing with agents this morning, and you want to have a very curious tone, asking questions, and really like not like it's a pattern interrupt. You want to stand out from the crowd. You don't want to sound like everybody else. You don't want to sound very aggressive right when you start, because here's the thing: when somebody comes in to the like if you were to walk into a Best Buy and you're walking in, you didn't drive there because you're just looking, right? But when somebody walks like and greets you at the door and says, hey, do you need anything? And you say, no, I'm just looking. It's the same thing when you're calling these clients. If somebody approached you and were like, hey, what do you want to buy today? Thanks for coming in. It's like, whoa. And then all of a sudden the guard's instantly up. The goal with the curious tone, especially at the first 30 seconds of the call, is to lower their guard so that you can actually have the conversation to be able to get down to the root issue. Because even if they keep letting you go, their guard might be up, and there's going to be objections later in the call they're going to be hit with. So make sure their guard is lowered from like right away. And that's why I use a lot of us. So I'm like, hey, Johnny? Yeah, Johnny, this is just Johnny. I was giving you a quick call back in regards to the requests you sent in on Facebook for the new life insurance programs in Arizona, and you listed your favorite hobby is fishing. Is that right? So like mastering that tonality over the phone and acting very curious and uncertain, but you know, right? But it's the way you come across to be able to lower their status, because people are more prone to help people that might be a little confused or just needing some help. So that's really the tone coming across at first. So you want to master that and then peel back the onion and find the why. When you're on the phone with the client, you want to find the why and really dive deep with the client, because if they're just saying, hey, I just like I want the coverage because I'm getting older, it's like, okay, there's something down in there. There's something that we have to figure out. And so that's why we peel back the onion, ask more questions. Why is this important to you? That's a question that is phenomenal that I use to be able to open up a lot of clients. And you want to build them up as well, because they are taking a courageous act, and they're doing something that's very selfless. So you want to let them know that and commend them for taking the step on doing what they're doing. So peel back the onion and find the why. When you find the why and you're able to get deep with the client is closed. You just have to pick a number, right? So then you overcome the think about it and be able to use that spiel. And on my script, I have like a complete breakdown of this, but like for the sake of the example and for just because time's sake here, you overcome the think about it by like letting them know about how the process works. Okay. And then the fourth thing is getting an agreement on a number. So the goal when you're pitching prices is not to get a no. It's just to simply not even get a yes, just not get a no. You don't want to get a no. So you want to get an agreement on a number, and you prep to downsell, but obviously whatever you choose, you want them picking a number. And then once you get the policy issued and approved on the call, you go to a 2 promise close. So those are the 5 things that you need to master, especially when you're calling over the phone. Now, the third thing is AI automations, following up to get clients to book or to call in or book an appointment. Now, this is crucial. This is huge for you to be able to sell 1 policy a day. Typically, I'm averaging 3 policies a day just by using these systems. Now, the first thing is use questions from your script that will provoke engagement. You just want them to respond. You don't want them, you want them to call in sometimes, but their goal is to just get them to respond. Yes, no, maybe so. Whatever it is, get them to engage with your text. Now, the second thing is call your leads within 30 seconds when they do text back. So you want to make sure you have your eye on those, have all of your notifications on. So when the client texts back, you're calling right away. I typically call within 10 seconds of a lead person coming in, because think about it. When somebody texts back, boom, 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 hey, yeah, yes, that's right, Johnny. It's like they have the phone in their hand, so all they have to do is click a button, and now you're in a conversation, and now that's a presentation. So these automations, the goal is to be able to follow up in the background so that there's a compounding effect, and so that you're able to get more presentations in. Follow up within the first 4 days is crucial. 90% of my sales come within the first 4 days. So that just speaks to how important following up in the first 4 days is with the automations. Follow up heavy within that time. And then lastly, make AI automations conversational rather than buy or die. So you want them to be conversational. Hey, just got very organic. Hey, just got done with an appointment. Have a few minutes before my next one. Do you have a few minutes just to verify a couple things so we can get your policy out to you? Or saying, hey, just had a client reschedule. Have a quick 10-minute gap right here before my next one. Do you have a few minutes just to talk? Here's my number. Boom. And call me. Just very, very, very conversational. And the last thing is community of like-minded people. So if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I love the quote by Brandon Carter, and he's like, you don't rise to your potential, you fall to your standards. So I want to ask you, what are your standards? Are you around people who are standards are making 1 policy a day or not? Right? The fastest way to change your situation now is by leveling up your inner circle. Get around people who squat 800 pounds when you're only squatting 50. This is not only getting around people who are doing it, but the way they think. When I was able to get around people and pay to get into a network, get into a group of people, a community, a mastermind, where people are thinking on another level, when people are making what I was making in a month, in a day, that change, they thought differently. They were able to have higher leverage, because leverage, all it is getting more in from what you put out. So they're obviously doing something crazy. And the reality is there are people that are younger than me. I'm 22 right now, but there are people that are younger than me that are making $20,000 in a day, $60,000, $100,000 in a day. And it's how are they thinking? What are they doing that is different than what I'm doing now? How do they see the world that I don't right now? And that's what a community really helps me, has helped me with, and really instantly level up myself, because your net worth is your net worth. It's super corny, but it's completely true. And what's cool is you literally can pay somebody to solve a problem. And it leads me to my last thing, or some of my last things, live dials. What's awesome is that hearing top producers and agents that are at where I wanted to go was the secret that unlocked my success. The way that they spoke, their tonality. And also there's a human component that's they're not that much crazier than me. They're not way more ahead than me. There's a few tweaks that I need to make, and I'll be able to make the money that they're making. So it was also belief shifts and be able to pick up certain things that are working and not working. That's what really helped me scale my business. And also ability to get live feedback on why I didn't close, from coaches, mentors, people who are in my circle, and also agents that are doing it now. It's always good to hear from somebody else why they didn't close, and also how I could make more sales. So that's really what helped me. But I want to ask you this question. What does not knowing how to make $30,000 a month profit costing you? I want to ask that again. What does not knowing how to make $30,000 a month profit costing you? Is it costing you $300,000? Is it costing you $1 million? Is it costing $10 million? Like, if you knew how to make $30,000 a month in profit, you would already be doing it. So I want to ask you, how much is that costing you? Are you getting around like-minded people? Are you getting around people who do have that there is a community, that there is a network of people that's coming together, that's masterminding and brainstorming and figuring out how to do this, and also finding somebody who already does it really well and has the scars? I'm able to get the scars without, I'm able to get the lesson without the scars, which is awesome. So if you're not in a community, if you don't do these 4 things, you probably won't be able to get to one policy day where your life is completely changed. So if you haven't already, subscribe down below. If you're ready to take the next step and really join a community that's growing, that's expanding, that people are innovating, especially here in 2024, book a call with me and let me know if there's any way I can help. And if you're really wanting to scale today to be able to get to your goals. So I appreciate you guys. If you don't have the money to invest, I make these videos so that you can make more money than you can ever think of, and that these videos will provide you value so that you can be able to invest with me so we can scale you much quicker. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Peace.